Hey everybody, you're now listening to Cup of Queens with Paige and Saray, and we're so excited. Today is a What's the Tea episode, and there's a ton of girl talk. It is so much fun, and we can't wait for you to hear it.
We are talking all about our trip to NYC, along with recapping Miss USA. Our girl Caitlin became first runner-up, so we talk about that, and we're also giving you some gift ideas for the holidays.
So grab your cup and enjoy.
It's great.
It's the holidays.
It's the holidays.
Oh man.
All right.
It's the holidays. Also, I died last night because of Miss USA.
I can't even talk about it.
I died. I don't know if that's how we wanted to start this, but I'm still not over it, so I really wanted to say that.
Our girl Caitlin is runner-up of Miss USA.
First runner-up from North Dakota. That is so cool.
It is. Do you remember she got first runner-up at teen?
Yeah.
What?
That's wild.
In the world. It is so cool. And honestly, Miss USA was very interesting to watch this year.
Well, it was so different, and I was so surprised because, like, I felt like it should have gone out with a bang.
Yeah.
You know? Just because of how everything's been. But what really threw me off is they didn't do the first runner-up and the winner like the two girls.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like a line.
Yes. They didn't give the top two, like, their moment to be top two. They just, like, had 8 girls lined up. I think it was literally 8.
I think it was
And
8.
we're, like, third place, second place, which I know that's not the correct terminology, but... and then they just called Miss USA out of, like, the 5 left. And it was kind of weird to do it that way. I didn't love.
Well, I was looking and I saw, like, girls' past pictures. And then I just kind of felt bad for Caitlin because it wasn't that moment.
It was kind of, like, quick.
Hodgepodge.
Yeah. And regardless, outside of that, it's
amazing.
Still freaking incredible. Her dress was... out of this world. Even my husband, Tyler, I made him watch it because, you know, we were both here. And he was complimenting her, like, whole look. He was like, she just looks so classy compared to, like, some of the other contestants. I'm like, I agree.
I know.
1,000%. She just looked so classic.
And I felt like she just looked so humbled and just such a sweetheart. And I really loved her short hair, and it wasn't over the top. Yeah. She looked very relatable.
She stood out, but was still relatable. And that girl knows how to freaking answer a question.
Oh my gosh. She killed it.
Her question, I don't even remember it, but I remember hearing it be read and being like, that's not an easy question. Like, that is a really hard question. And she started talking, and I was kind of scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how anyone answers this. Knocked it out of the park. Did such a good job. So... congrats to Caitlin.
If nobody has listened to her, if you haven't listened to our episode with her, we will link it. Please go listen. She is phenomenal. She is the biggest heart, and she is an all-around great person. So congrats to her.
Great person. Mm-hmm. We did see another Caitlin, though.
The one, the only, Caitlin Bristow. She refers to herself as KB, and I think that is just so great. She's so street.
So Caitlin Bristow, for those of you who maybe aren't obsessed with her like we are, she is a past bachelorette, and she has a podcast that we absolutely love, and she is the reason that we booked this trip to New York that we just came off of.
Yes.
And it was the best trip ever. It was so good. Like, I don't even... sometimes you go on trips and you're like, that was kind of a flop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it happens. You know, you can't win them all. We frickin' won New York.
We struck gold. We hit big money.
We did not mess around. We were there with, like, a plan, with goals. We were like, we know what we're going to do, and we did it all. Plus some.
I think the craziest part was we literally flew out of Fargo at like 5:30 a.m. And we didn't go to bed until 3:30 a.m.
Yep.
And also there's a time change. So actually we lost an hour.
Yes.
And we were still go, go, go. But we weren't even tired. Like, I think we were so hyped. We had so much adrenaline. That was my favorite trip ever.
best trip ever.
Like, I can't even talk about how much fun it was.
Because it makes us physically sad.
It does. I was laying in bed the other night and I was watching a TikTok you made and I literally was like about to tear up and Landon's like, you're not seriously sad. I'm like,
yeah, we are.
But I'm sad.
We're like depressed because we literally can't be there again. But, well, we will be there again.
We will go again.
We've already talked. We're going back because with New York, it is just so massive.
Yeah.
And there's so much to do that it's physically impossible to do everything. I mean, we did a lot. Mm-hmm. When I say we did everything, I mean, we did the most with every minute we had. Like, we were laughing because we did not sleep, which you've already touched on. But also, like, when we would go eat places, we were like, okay, order the food. We'd take, like, 6 bites and we're like, okay, should we go? Let's go to the next place. And it was kind of sad because we had really good food.
Yeah.
But we were just so excited to like get to the next thing that when we got to the airport to like fly out, we literally were bottomless pits. Like, we could not stop eating. We both got pasta, salad. That was our first dinner. Yeah. And then we got to our next place and we're like, we're kind of hungry again. Like, we just did not eat or sleep the entire trip because we wanted to like just take everything in.
Yeah. And it was so funny because even when we came home that next week, I was like still hungry. Like, we flew in on Sunday and I was like, God, Monday, I'm so hungry.
I know.
It was so funny. But okay, so we did a lot. We saw a lot.
Yeah.
And we totally maximized our time. But what was I want to know your highs and lows because we haven't really talked about that.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. My high, I think, was night 1.
Yeah.
It was so fun. We went to the Caitlin Bristow show, which that was like on our itinerary. And then we kind of didn't really have a plan for afterwards. Like, we tried to not plan so much, but we ended up walking into this area that had Tao, which is a super popular bar that we're both familiar with from being in Vegas. Mm-hmm. So we went there.
Yeah. Because we originally tried to go to Chelsea Market.
Yes,
and then it was closed. And that was just conveniently across the street, right?
Yes.
It was close. And we're like, oh my gosh, Tao.
It was like the best thing to ever happen to us.
Tao.
Tao. Oh, yeah. You were calling it Tao. And I was like, Miss Ma'am, no. That Chelsea Market being closed was the best thing to happen to us because it forced us to go to Tao. And we like just got the night going there. And then we were like, okay, but where do we go next? And we got recommended to go to the Dream Hotel, which they have in Nashville. And I was like, Paige, this is a killer Nashville bar. We got to go. So we go. There's a freaking line. There's like firefighters streaming inside. And we're already, a little not interested in what the firefighters are doing. So we're like, we're just going to go in.
We literally, like, go in the other door, like, don't even pay attention to the line. We go in as if we were staying there, and we go up to the security guard, and we're like, well, we want to go upstairs. We want to go to the rooftop party. He's like, do you guys have reservations? We're like, no, but we really want to go. So he literally was like, okay, what are your names? And then he stamps us, and he's like, the firemen are going upstairs, so you're going to have to wait. And we're like, okay, we'll wait.
So we literally go sit at the elevator, and we're like, joking around with these firefighters, which it's not a joke. Fires are real issues, but they did not seem in any rush.
They were not in a hurry.
They kind of looked annoyed to be there.
Yeah.
And so we were like, hey, you going to the 12th floor too? Like, that's where we're going.
Can we share an elevator?
But it ended up being so fun.
It was amazing.
Beautiful rooftop bar that, like, it wasn't packed. Like, you and me had our own little corner for, like, a good portion of the night.
Yeah,
and
our
then
big couch.
Oh, my gosh. It was just the best.
It was so fun.
And it was just, I couldn't believe that we just found it. I couldn't believe that we got in without having to wait in this line.
Totally.
We did later find out that there's supposed to be a cover charge. Yeah. Our hotel people were just incredible. Like, they became like our buddies over the weekend, and they're like, oh my gosh, nice, you guys got in for free. And we're like, free? We didn't know there was a thing.
We just didn't pay attention.
We just acted dumb and walked in.
It was so fun though. Oh my gosh. And also the thing I really loved about it is it was like nightclub vibes, but it wasn't huge.
Yes.
It was smaller, and so you just felt, I don't know, it was just more secluded.
It was such a great mix of like a club where like dancing you wouldn't look weird doing, but also like bar. Like there was like room to like sit and just like talk, but then there's also room to like go dance if you wanted to.
We'll like dance on the couch is like what we did.
Right. As you should.
As you should. That's so funny.
Okay.
Also though, just one more thing on that is I love that the big windows that you could see the view.
I know.
Because like a normal nightclub, it's just black.
Yes.
Or it's just dark.
The rooftop view.
Yeah.
Impeccable. It was so good.
So good.
We were just like eating it up. Because we don't see that here, you know? Like when we go
don't
to
have the Empire State Building.
Bars, it's like nice fence, you know? Like it's not anything cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was your favorite though? I mean, I know night one was both of ours. Like it was such a good point, but what else was your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, night one was phenomenal. Honestly, I loved during the day, like the second day, walking to Times Square, walking around. I just loved walking around New York and seeing everything. I also really enjoyed, so we went to Phantom. After Phantom of the Opera, which was phenomenal. Like, if you haven't been to New York, seriously, go to a Broadway show. Even if it's not Phantom, it's such a cool experience.
Totally worth it.
The singing, the dancing is insane. It was so fun.
It was so fun. And I am a, like, diehard Phantom fan.
Dedicated.
Like, that is, like, has been my favorite movie since, I don't even know, 10. And I was, to be honest, I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's totally different? What if, like, it's not, like, on par with the movie? When I say these performers' voices were the most incredible thing I've ever heard.
They were so good. That gal that was, like, the soprano that was, I can't think of the word, like, singing really high.
Yes. I don't know what that is either.
I can't think of the word, but she was so good. Like,
unbelievable.
Glass could have broken.
Totally. It was unbelievable. And then we got like a fun freaking bike ride.
I love that. That was kind of like my favorite part. Like after the opera was honestly so fun. So instead of taking a normal taxi, why not take a bike taxi? And they like biked us through Times Square. They're playing Frank Sinatra. This guy is like so fun. He stopped and took our picture, which you need to send those to me.
I do need to send that to you.
Are they cute?
They're super cute.
Okay, yeah I want to see them. But that was fun. And then we went to Rockefeller and we just walked around.
Yeah.
It kind of like spiraled into a really great night. Yes. Another night where we got in free to the Marquee.
And we saw, I don't know what DJ it was, but he has a lot of followers on Instagram.
And he was good.
And we had no idea he was there. Well, again, this was another place where Paige and I just played kind of dumb and walked up and we're like, hey, how long is the wait?
As the line literally wraps around the block, like the corner block. And this guy's like, well, you can be my guest. I'll let you in. Also, it was $100 cover.
I know. Bless that bouncer. He really saved us. But we were like, why is this $100 cover? Like, this is, I mean, it was really cool in there, but we
it
were
wasn't
like,
that cool.
And mind you, this is at midnight. Like, Paige and I, we got done with Phantom, got back to our hotel, and we're like, we're just not ready to be done.
Nope.
So we changed, and we go out. This is midnight that we arrive at this club. And yeah, $100 cover for what I'm assuming is going to be like 2 hours. No, this DJ did not start until 1, which was totally fine. But we were just like, this makes sense now.
Yeah, I know.
That was really fun.
That was so fun. And then, dude, that pizza afterwards. Like, can they mail us some pizza?
Quite honestly, the best thing I've ever eaten. And I do have to applaud us. We absolutely killed it in navigation. Like, we were super worried about how we were going to get around.
We killed it.
And we, even at 3 a.m., like once we left the Marquee, that's the club that we went to, we were like, okay, it's a 7-minute walk to this artichoke pizza that everyone is telling us about.
I forgot we walked there.
Yeah, we walked there at 3 a.m. There was like, we were just like so brave and just were like, we're fine.
I'm so proud of us.
I know. And then the pizza was totally worth it. Like, it was just, I mean, they say New York is like known for its pizza, but I'm not kidding. That was hands down 1,000% the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
The best pizza. It was so good. It was like thick and creamy.
And
it was so good.
Oh, it was literally a full box full.
Yeah,
like, we got,
literally.
like, a normal pizza box size. It was only 4 slices. So in our minds, we're like, oh, it's 4 slices. No, these 4 slices were larger than our heads.
Yeah.
And it was cheap.
It was so cheap. That's why I got 2, because I'm like, well, hey, a sample. But then I got the 1, and I'm like, okay, I probably don't need another one.
Oh my gosh, it was
I wish
so
I would have
good.
ate more. That's my one regret.
I know. We really,
So tired.
yeah, we didn't get to experience, like, a ton of the food. But the one last thing that we ate that was really good was our last day. We went to Central Park.
Yes.
And we walked to this coffee shop that we heard was really great. And it was packed in there.
So busy.
Like, you could tell this place was good just by the amount of people that were, like, trying to get orders in. And we both got just a latte and a croissant. It was like an almond croissant.
Oh, it was so flaky.
I didn't even know croissants could taste like that.
No.
I've never in my life, like, I've had croissants in Paris before.
Yeah.
That are outstanding. But this croissant, I didn't even know they made them like that. It was unbelievable.
It was so good.
And
I
then
know.
to eat it in Central Park on, like,
On a Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
It was great.
The sun was shining. It was like, it felt like 70 degrees. It definitely was not. In my mind, I was like, this is just, like, the perfect day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, it
but
was the
nothing
perfect
is
day.
ever perfect. So we will tell you, like, about the lows. Because there weren't a lot of lows, but, like, there always is.
There's always lows. Honestly, like, my heart was very fulfilled when we left.
fulfilled.
So fulfilled. But, I mean, I would say a low, the first day when we got there, we were trying to go to Hudson Yards.
Yes.
And, like, we literally stepped out the plane, checked in our hotel, and we're like, let's hit it.
Yes.
So we didn't really know where we were going.
No.
We didn't get a feel for it. And we even asked a police officer, like, hey, where do we go? You know, because our Google Maps was kind of freaking out because of all the tall buildings. And he pointed us in the wrong direction. So I felt like we were just kind of going in circles.
We had
That was annoying.
We had a moment there
Yeah.
where we were, and it was our first, like, moment out on the streets, and I was really like, oh crap, I hope this is not how we, like, do this whole thing.
Same.
And it was windy. It was super windy that
And it was
day.
cold.
It was not warm.
Yeah.
And it took us a solid, like, 20 minutes to get to somewhere that should have taken us, like, 6.
Yeah.
But once we got that down, we really had it, like, honed in. We were like, we're good. This is not a problem.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, that was like my low.
That was my low too.
Yeah.
And then our taxi into town.
Oh,
That
was kind of sketchy.
Truly, the only lows that really stood out to me was, like, our first, like, 2 hours there.
Yeah.
Because we were just, like, kind of getting, like, our bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Our first taxi in, the guy was it was a 50-minute taxi, which we were like, okay, we were not anticipating that.
No.
And then this guy was just, like, not following the directions, and we were kind of sketched because we're like, is he, like, purposely trying to go the opposite way, or is he trying to cut through traffic? He ended up getting us there just fine. I think it's just, like, how they do things. But
I think he was trying to cut corners and, like, go a quicker route, but then he
Yes.
realized this isn't a quicker route.
Not
then
working.
It honestly, that freaked me out the most, and I get motion sickness, you know, and I got pretty car sick, so I rolled down the window and I'm like, crap, if this is how our whole trip is gonna be, let's go home.
Well, that is okay. I do not get motion sickness. I've gotten motion sickness, like, twice in my life. But I will say the car rides, the taxis, the Ubers in New York are a whole different level of motion sickness because there's so much stop and go.
It's so bad.
I know we looked up, this was, like, mid into our trip, so we kind of had gotten acquainted, but I think we were in heels and we were like, oh, should we get a taxi or should we walk? And we looked up, like, the Uber time to our destination, and it was 15 minutes. And we're like, okay. We looked up the walking time to our destination, and it was 16 minutes. So we're like, okay.
We're walking.
For a minute longer.
Yeah.
Let's skip the Uber and just walk. But overall, best trip ever.
Best trip ever. I honestly loved it. The only thing, too, is I would say if you are flying there, you've never been flying to LaGuardia.
Yes.
Not the New Jersey airport, just because it's closer. I know 50 minutes is still a drive, but
It's not always 50 minutes because on our...
right, the traffic was just really bad.
The traffic was really bad when we got in because it said 50 minutes for our way to the airport, and we kind of we kind of cut our Sunday short because we were like, oh gosh,
we were really early.
It might be 50 minutes again. And it did say that, but gosh, I feel like we got there in 30.
It was so quick.
So it's hard to tell there because it's so unpredictable how heavy the traffic is going to be. But honestly, between the airport was really the only time that we like really needed to get somewhere within a like reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
So the travel there was not bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
And walking there is so fun.
It was so fun.
Like
I was so surprised at how much I loved it.
I know. We did some 20-minute walks. Our walks
45 minutes that one night from Rockefeller.
Yeah, we did we did some long walks, and it's just there's so much to see. There's so many places to pop into that honestly, going back when we do, I'm going to encourage like walking because
100%.
You see so much more and you just find those like one-off things that you weren't anticipating.
Like even that night we popped into Grand Central Station.
Yes.
Because I'm like, oh, I think this is Grand Central. Like, let's go in.
Yeah.
But we would have never just drove there.
Totally.
You know, because it's not one of those destinations. But oh, I can't wait to go back. So,
I know.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. Let's link... You know what? This week when we share this episode, we'll post some of the places we went to and like give you guys kind of a New York to-do list or like checklist of places that we would recommend because we did find some gems.
Yes, things we weren't even expecting.
Yes.
Something that I really love too is it was decorated for Christmas.
I know.
Like it was so festive. The building Cartier outside was literally a Christmas box. All the gold, the red. It was so pretty, which makes me so excited for Christmas.
I know. It's
but
soon.
Gift giving,
I know.
I'm kind of freaking out about.
Are you?
I haven't started.
Okay.
I haven't started and I need to.
I went ham on Black Friday.
Oh,
but truthfully, I didn't even get like a ton of deals. I was like, this is my designated shopping day. Like that's just how I felt in my soul.
Totally.
But yes, okay, Christmas gifts. We do want to share with you guys some ideas, some things that we're giving, we're asking for, some recommendations that we think would be really great gifts. So if you're somebody who is anticipating a gift from us, you can stop listening now. And for the rest of you, here's what we're thinking.
Here we go.
We're going. Okay, I will say shopping for men is the hardest freaking thing.
It is so hard.
It is the worst.
Oh my gosh.
And my family they're not like big sports guys. Like my dad and my brother, they're not into like sports. They're not into like golf. They're not into like tools, like nothing like totally normal, you know?
Yeah.
So I really racked my brain on what to get these guys. They both love music. And so I found this thing, and I think it's the best gift ever. I'm not going to be too descriptive in case they listen, which I know they won't. Please don't listen. Stop now. But their favorite band, so they both love this band. I got a doormat that, like, it kind of, like, funny, humorously references, like, the lyrics in the song. And I'm like, who couldn't use a doormat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, guys, they don't buy that for themselves. And then I got some, like, really cool, like, framed posters of, like, their favorite band, which I'm like, I think this will be really good. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I love that. I am struggling. So my dad and brother are farm boys.
Yep.
They love the farm. So
Can't relate.
So, which is great. Like, I love that for them. I feel like every year I end up getting my brother something Carhartt related.
Oh,
like,
totally.
I literally wrote, because I was working on my Christmas list last night, and I wrote, Parker, go to Fleet Farm. So, like, I'm probably going to go to Fleet Farm.
I would love to get some Carhartt stuff.
It's warm.
It's having a movement right now.
It is, dude. It's having a movement. So, I don't know. Probably going to get that. I love to give books to people.
Do you? I did get a book for my brother last year.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I gave a book to my brother last year.
Which one?
Well, so it was an agriculture book.
Okay.
And it was basically talking about like seeds and stocks and like crop farming. But I love to give a book because I love to write a message on the front cover.
That is such a good idea.
So you open it and then you write a special note. So actually, I think it was 2 years ago when my brother was getting ready to graduate college. And so I gave him a book like that. And that just makes it a little bit more personal.
Totally.
And a keepsake.
You know, that would be a great thing for a coffee table book, too.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I know Tyler's brother and his girlfriend got Tyler a golf coffee book, and it's really cool. It's like all these like crazy, beautiful golf courses, but to do a note in the cover, that is genius.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know.
And that's good for anybody.
It is. Totally.
That's good for anybody.
I am really trying to figure out what to get for my mom, though.
Okay.
I think buying for moms is hard.
It is hard. I have thoughts. I have thoughts and ideas.
Nikki, stop listening. You're listening.
I know Trish doesn't even know how to listen, so she's good.
Poor Trish.
But, okay, one thing I will say is I don't know if, like, a lot of parents utilize these, but I know you feel this way, and I feel this way. It's something that, it is an item that now that I have it, I truly don't think I could go without because I love it so much.
Yeah.
AirPods.
Yeah, you said that.
AirPods, I know they're a little bit more pricey, but I just don't see like a lot of parents using them or like, you know, but I think if my parents had AirPods, they would love it for talking on the phone.
Totally.
It's not even like the music aspect. It's a fact of hands-free. Like they can do the dishes, they can do the laundry, but still talk on the phone. Because like that's what my parents do a lot of. Like they're on the phone with people.
And like my mom literally will have it on speakerphone and she'll walk away. And then I get
exactly
pissed.
it.
I'm like, I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get those.
I literally think that's just a genius idea.
Yeah.
The other thing that my mom and I were talking about, because we're so open about like what we're getting each other. Like she always is like, okay, I think I'm gonna get you this year. And
okay, great, Mom.
Yeah, I know. We just like get straight to the point. But so I saw her over Thanksgiving and I'm like, why does your face look amazing? Your skin is just like glowing. It looks so great.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I got a BBL. And she's done this before where she never tells me she gets them, but I can seriously tell a difference. And so for those of you, I don't know exactly like the correct terminology. A BBL, from what I understand, is I think it's like a laser and it helps a lot with like evening skin tone. And I was like, gosh, that is just something I would never buy myself. Like, I think I would love it, but I would never buy it. My mom's like, well, why don't I get it for you for Christmas? And I'm like, I mean, I heard nothing, but I love that idea.
Oh my gosh, I literally want to try that. I want one so bad. That is so good.
I think that's a great Christmas gift idea, though. One thing that I always say to people is like, buying something that other people would not buy themselves is the best gift that you can give.
That is so true.
Like I just would not spend the money to do that. At this point, I wouldn't, but to like receive it would be so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's a great gift for moms too, is like facial. You can do Face Foundry. We just did a full episode with them and they have so many great options. I think that would be some type of an experience that isn't like your standard massage. I think everybody has done that before.
Right. Yep.
I think would be really cool.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I know for Black Friday and maybe Cyber Monday, it might have only been Black Friday. I'm not sure, but Vanity Bar, they had a lot of good specials, a lot of good deals. So that could be another option too.
Yeah.
You know?
Love. Okay, so and we'll still talk about things that we're giving to people, but what are you asking for? Because that's where I always struggle. Is I always have a hard time asking for stuff. I usually buy what like ever I really truly want. Yeah. And so I don't ever have like a big list.
I don't have a big list. And this year was really hard for me to think because I truly feel like I don't want anything or like need anything. But I don't know. I try to ask for practical things. Like I love a cozy lounge set.
As you should.
I have so many at home. And so I would love another one because I live in them, especially in the winter. So like I asked for a lounge set. What else did I ask for? Books.
Yes.
God, let me think for a minute.
Do you know what I asked for going off of your book thing?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't asked for it, but I've talked a lot about it. I really want a Kindle.
Oh yeah, you said that. That's such a great idea.
Been a reader this year. I have transformed. We will talk about that in the January episode when we go over our New Year's resolution, but it is due to that.
I'm so excited to do that.
It's truly due to that I've become a reader, and so I'm like, I think I'm a Kindle gal. I think that would fit in my life.
Totally. Yeah, that would fit in my life. What else are you asking for?
So my mother-in-law, love her because she is just like, Saray, please just send me exactly what you want. So I did send her, whenever we're out shopping, if I like something, Tyler's like, why don't you send that to my mom? And I'm like, this is great that you reminded me to do this. So I did send her a pair of boots that are really, really cute. So I'll like take photos and send them to her. And she actually is really good about doing that too. Whereas like if she thinks of ideas, she'll like text them to us, which I think some people are like afraid to do because you don't want to sound like you're asking the world. Yeah. But you will get to a point with some people where you're just so comfortable that you're like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I want.
So that's what I feel like I'm at. So like Landon's mom was texting him and was like, ask Paige what she wants for Christmas and whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
You kind of feel like it's
really hard. But also, this is, some may say mean, but I think it's a great thing to do is like for any type of anniversary or birthday, for Tyler specifically, because he, knows me better than anyone. Yeah. I never tell him what to get me because I'm like, I want you to give me what you want me to have.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I do love getting gifts from people that they're like, I thought of you. I think you need this. I think you would love this. It's something you've not thought of before. Like, I do love that whole kind of process.
I do too. Yeah. I think it's really sweet. Okay, are you and Tyler exchanging gifts?
No.
We're not either.
Because you're getting married.
Oh, yeah.
And we are working. It's not booked yet, but we're very close. We're hoping to go to Italy.
Ooh.
Dude, so exciting. From Cheyenne, who we also did an episode with.
Yes.
The best travel agent. I mean, she just sparked so many ideas for us in our episode, quite honestly, with her. Totally. Like, she literally planned the perfect trip, and I emailed her immediately after, was like, okay, we need to do this for real. So, yeah, we're skipping the gifts. We're putting that money towards an experience.
Totally.
Which you guys are too.
Yeah, which we are too. Yeah, actually, that's funny you say that. So Cheyenne is actually working on our honeymoon, and so she got me, I need to show you. She got me the itinerary, like tentative itinerary, but I'm so excited.
So good.
It's going to be so fun.
And where are you going?
We're going to Greece.
And
hopefully, things work.
Yeah. Remind me again. Okay, so it's Greece, but were you guys going to like bebop around any other places? Yeah. Or is it just Santorini?
So like flying to Athens, and then we'll spend, I think, a day or two there, and then we'll go to Santorini. We'll spend 3 or 4 days there. Then we'll go to Mykonos, which is another small island. So we'll take a ferry there. And then there's another island called Milos?
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll see like 3-4 different islands, which is so great.
Gosh.
I was contemplating going back and forth. I was like, okay, I really want to go to Paris. I really want to go to Greece. Yeah. But I just feel like Greece is a honeymoon spot.
I know Paris is like the city of love. Yeah. But Paris is also very like busy. It kind of gives me New York vibes in a way. Where it's like, it's not a relaxing trip, or at least it wouldn't be for me. Like, I'd be running and gunning if I'm in Paris. I think Greece will be perfect.
I think that's why Landon wanted Greece too, because he knows that I'm like, okay, we're here, we have to do a million things. Yes. And I think he wants like a leisure.
Yes. Relax
he probably
on the
knows
beach,
I need that.
Be in the sun. Oh, it'll be incredible.
I want to see your itinerary too, because that's so fun.
We cannot wait. That will be an episode for another day.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're not exchanging gifts because of that. And honestly, I feel like we'll start to do that more because the last couple years, for significant others, you buy so much together, and like then you buy your own stuff, and it kind of gets to be almost like you're just buying stuff to buy stuff for each other.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Because like you feel like you have to.
It's like, I just need to spend this money on something because it's Christmas and we have to get each other something. And I hate that, like, we put pressure on ourselves like that. And I feel like we need to, personally, me and Tyler, I'm speaking for, like, I would rather us spend money towards like something that we can experience together and like remember forever.
I know. Me too. Because like you're never gonna, I don't know, to me that's so much better than a gift.
Yeah.
You know?
Which that is something else that's, I think, a really going back to just ideas for people. Because you can't buy your parents a trip to Italy. Maybe. I can't. But
Same.
But you can get them like, you know, a little weekend getaway where maybe it's, you know, a 20-minute drive out of town in a hotel. Or even, I know like gift cards are not the funnest to give, but do like a day, like do a, you know, we're gonna do a happy hour at this restaurant bar, and then we're gonna do dinner here, and then maybe give them like spending money. You're gonna go take them to a boutique and to buy something.
I'm literally gonna do that.
Me and my mom have done that
wow,
before. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Where we're like, let's not buy each other any gifts. Instead, I totally forgot about this, but we have done this before where don't buy each other gifts, and instead, after Christmas, when literally everything goes on sale, it's so frustrating, but it does.
Yep.
Me and her will go do happy hour somewhere, and then we'll go shop and just like buy stuff, and then we'll go do dinner, and it's like, that is so much more fun than just like, it is fun to like give and receive. Like it's fun to like see people open presents, but it's also fun to have a day together to like do that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do that for your mom.
I think she would love that.
She
would love that. Okay, we have to cut that out because I'm literally going to do that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Oh, so many good ideas.
So many good ideas. And we should, on our stories next week when we post this, comment, tell us what you guys are getting.
Yes.
Because seriously, I need ideas. I need ideas for my future mother-in-law, my future father-in-law, which he's such an outdoorsy guy. I'll probably get him something like that. But anyway,
yes,
I love to hear what other people are doing.
One thing you can buy though, because it is fully available, is Cup of Queens merch.
Cup of Queens. Reppin'.
So we actually have not talked about this yet.
No, and I'm so excited.
Like we have talked about it on social, we've posted about it, but we've not actually talked about it on the podcast. But we do have now some merch available, and we really wanted to make it like subtle, something that you could wear, you know, every day without like blasting our name across your chest. I mean, it is on my sweatshirt currently literally blasted across my chest, but it's subtle. It's very subtle. Cute writing, so comfy. We got a hoodie, which you're wearing right now.
I love this logo. It's so cute.
So stinking cute. Hoodie. We got crew necks, which is what I'm wearing right now. And we got the crew necks in 3 different colors. So when you go to our site, which is linked on our website, be sure that you click and like actually see how many different color options everything comes in, because there's some variances. What else do we got? We got
a couple different hats.
Yes.
Yep. So we have a really cute hat in white, and then a tan, like the color of your sweatshirt, like that gravel color. A coffee mug, which I'm so excited to use this summer at the lake.
I know.
For coffee and probably some champagne.
Yes, and it's nice
boat.
because it's got a handle.
Yeah.
It's like thermos almost. So like it has a lid. So exactly, like you can use it for coffee, but you could also use it for like mixing a drink and bringing it on the boat.
Hot or cold. Yeah.
Yes.
And then did you say the t-shirts?
Oh no, the t-shirts.
Yeah. Those are really cute too. I love that. So it has a logo on the back, and then Cup of Queens small on the bottom.
Yeah. Yes.
Those are cute.
Yes. So definitely look out for that. If you need some Christmas ideas, or you need to like send it to somebody, if you don't have ideas of what to ask for, that's an easy thing to ask. And it supports us. So we really appreciate that. We want to see it. If you're wearing it, please tag us so that we want to know.
And we want to reshare it.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Spread the love.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
what's the tea.
I think that's the tea that we have for you guys. Please, please, please go back and listen to some of the latest episodes we've had, because we are like over the moon about them. there's been so many good conversations that we've had in the last couple of months.
So many good conversations. And before we sign up, I want to jump back to the episode we just released with Maddie Novacek, because she, at the end, we play, I don't want to say a game, but we ask her a series of questions, and she basically talks to us about how to stay in the holiday spirit, because the holidays can maybe be hard for people, and it's not as fun and cheery for everybody. And so she gives a lot of really great advice, a lot of great insight, and then resources as well.
Yes.
So
everyone,
that's a great one.
Listen to it. Make sure you enjoy the holidays to the fullest. She gives some really great tips on how to do that, because it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
So, but we can't wait for the holidays.
We're so excited.
We will be sharing all our gifts. We will be sharing all our New York tips. And then please let us know what you guys would like to hear. Who would you like to hear from? We are starting to book for 2022 interviews. So reach out to us, send us an email, go to our Instagram, go to our website, and tell us who you want to hear from, because we cannot wait.
We can't wait.
Season 2.
Bring it on. Season 2. Cheers.
Cheers.